Nejire and Shoto vs Shigaraki? I'm down for this. What's up, it's Truth Hero, and welcome back to another My Hero Academia chapter review. So Boku no Hero Academia chapter 289 of the manga. We'll talk about the current state of Shigaraki and how he's even still fighting at this point, as well as our other battle between Uraraka and Toga. Let's dive in. The chapter opens with Nejire asking about people on the hospital side and advising people on what to do. She also asks Ingenium, "Why did you come to this side to fight? You can't float." Do not sleep on Nejire. Not that anyone would, but we're about to see her put in work against the villains. And we're about to see what a member of the Big Three, the closest to the pros, is actually capable of in a situation that really demands it, versus someone like Shigaraki. Iida promises to accompany Nejire and says that there are still 3 of his classmates who have not come back. 2 of them that set me right. They are my friends. Iida has got to help them out, no matter what. I really like the idea that Iida gets to return the favor to Deku and Shoto because they saved him when he got a little bit too carried away on revenge versus the hero killer. I've wanted to see more of him and give him more of a chance to shine in some arc because we really haven't seen too much since then from Iida. So this is good. We get to see Ingenium at his top speed, at his best performance yet. Speaking of helping out your friends and your classmates, Deku and Bakugo are currently falling from the sky, and who's there to save them? Shoto catches both of them while still holding on to Endeavor somehow. They have a rough landing, but I can't state this enough. I've said it before in previous chapter reviews. Shoto, props to you. Kudos. You're arriving on time and you're helping everyone out. And I think, like we see in this chapter, Shoto's going to have a bigger role here. Bakugo, Deku, they've both done a lot. Might be Shoto's time. Shoto quickly makes sure that everyone's okay and says, "Guys, I'm going to treat your wounds. You're going to be fine." But how is Shoto going to do this when Shigaraki's still attacking? Well, when he's sort of still attacking. Shigaraki is still hearing All For One's voice, and he's saying, "Tomura, no, you can't do this. You must retreat." And Tomura, of course, still struggles against his former master. This is his time to shine. This is his way. Let me do this. I do not know how Shigaraki's still standing and still fighting, sort of. Even the most determined character in this story, Deku, is on the ground and can barely move. Bakugo is too, but that's understandable. He has a massive wound. What do you guys think here? Is Shigaraki going too far, and could he actually lose because of his stubbornness? Could he lose because he can't cut his losses because he wants to be him and wants to do it his way? Should Shigaraki retreat here? I think that might be a good option. While I completely agree with All For One that Shigaraki should retreat, and in fact he should have done this a long time ago, should have cut his losses way early on, maybe not even attack the heroes until his body had settled those quirks, this does provide one interesting thing about Shigaraki, and it shows his determination and his drive to tear down Hero Society. Right now, if Shigaraki wants the dream of tearing down Hero Society and Deku wants to save it, well, who's left standing? Shigaraki is. So right now, even though there isn't a physical victory yet, there's casualties on either side, Shigaraki has won the sort of philosophical victory. He's still standing, he's still chasing his goal. Meanwhile, Deku, the hero that's supposed to be the parallel to Shigaraki's villainy, is on the ground. Luckily, he's got friends that are going to show up, but still, I gotta give Shigaraki props. He may be stubborn, he may have the mind of a child that just wants what he wants and doesn't want to listen to anyone, but he is the only one that's sticking to his dream. Then again, as much as I love Shigaraki's desperate attempt here and his spider stance with the All For One tendrils, how is he going to go up against our heroes like Nejire Hado and her incredible wave powers? Iida quickly rushes onto the scene and tells everyone, "Guys, there's a huge villain coming this way." And Shoto tells Iida, "Get the casualties out of the way so we can fight." The fact that Iida, Shoto, and Nejire and these heroes now have a fighting chance against Shigaraki, who's in a weakened state, is amazing, and it's a hopeful outcome. But Gigantomachia is still coming. He's running towards them. Is there any way that the heroes can overcome this? More interesting here is that Deku's still trying to move and fight, and he says, I gotta stick to Shigaraki, and Shigaraki is still after me like he is Kacchan and Endeavor. I do wonder if Deku is somehow still connected to Shigaraki's mind through All for One and One for All. But regardless of any connection here, imagine how frustrated Deku is right now. He can barely move, and he's done all he can, but Shigaraki's still standing. Well, don't worry, Midoriya. I think Shoto's got this round. We've seen Bakugo get some nice screen time here, and we've certainly seen Deku get the spotlight in this arc. No surprise, he's the main character. So I am very excited that Shoto gets some glory here. We're going to have a chance to see what Shoto can do. He was helping out at the hospital, and really, we were all asking, where's Shoto in this? Because we could use him. Well, now is the time for Shoto to shine. And like he noted, Shigaraki's regeneration is really slowed down. So right now, the heroes like him, Iida, and Nejire, they really do have a chance, barring Gigantomachia. Nejire has shown how powerful she is in previous arcs. We know she can take on big villains, and as a bonus she can float, making her the ideal candidate to face Shigaraki, and maybe even Gigantomachia if he shows up late and maybe in a tired or fatigued state. Her, along with Shoto's ice and fire, is a very lethal offensive combination, so I think the heroes have a good chance here. Do you guys think Shoto and Nejire can actually take down Shigaraki? I think they can, and I think this war arc could be coming to an end very soon. The problem I see is that Gigantomachia will arrive at some point, and while Nejire and Shoto may be able to defeat Shigaraki and subdue him, Gigantomachia won't be so easy. I don't know if they stand a chance against him, even if he is in a tired or fatigued state. What I really see happening is Shoto and Nejire do get the better of Shigaraki, maybe with Iida's help, but then Gigantomachia sees his master and pulls him to safety, and they actually do retreat like All for One is saying, and then how do you even attempt to go after Gigantomachia? You don't really. That's also the only way that this series can kind of continue. They can't just really capture Shigaraki here. It'd be too easy. I mean, where's the threat anymore? But now, to the other battle. Uraraka vs. Toga. Uraraka is thinking of a way where she can touch Toga and make her float without spilling any blood. Yeah, good luck. And Toga is telling Uraraka all about how she loves to become like the people she likes, literally by transforming into them. But there's more to this. Toga begins to recount her encounter with Curious and tells Uraraka, I used your blood to transform into you and then used your zero gravity quirk to raise Curious to great heights and drop her to her death. And what did I feel? Oh, complete elation. Bro, imagine if you're Uraraka for a second. First, you just found out that Toga can not only transform using people's blood, but that she can also use your quirk. And she used your heroic quirk to kill someone, and she really enjoyed it. I mean, what do you say to that? It's like you find out that someone committed a crime while impersonating you and believed that they were closer to you while doing that act. And you guys have sympathy for Toga. They both begin to exchange attacks, and it actually looks to me like Toga may have cut Uraraka with her blood needle tube things. I'm not sure. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys saw here, but the panel sort of zooms in on Uraraka's side, and there's sort of a piece missing out of her costume. I don't know if that was the signal that Toga cut her, or maybe it's opening up for Uraraka to do something. But regardless, Toga picks up the action figure that Uraraka drops, and it's the one that Deku gave her. As if there weren't enough parallels between our waifus here, Toga notes how Uraraka likes Deku just as much as she does. Too bad Toga will never use Deku's quirk no matter how much she likes him. Uraraka then shows off a new super move or technique called Zero Satellites, in which she attaches ropes to weightless objects, swings them around, and I assume right before they make impact, gives them weight and gravity again, and this has the potential to do a lot of damage. I like it. It's a very creative way to use her quirk. Uraraka says that given everything Toga has just told her, she feels a sense of responsibility for Toga's actions. I don't think Uraraka should feel this way. I understand it, and it's definitely personal between these two, But I don't think Uraraka should feel that she has to be the one to stop Toga. Sure, she doesn't want Toga to do any more. I mean, she's a hero, she gotta stop a villain. But I don't think Uraraka should take all the responsibility here. Luckily, Uraraka does not have to do this alone. Just as Toga's gearing up for her final attack on Uraraka, Froppy sends her flying. Dang, Froppy, what'd that tongue do? Apparently it's strong enough to make Toga lose all of her knives. Well done, Kermit. Well done. Just as soon as it starts, it ends. Toga is gone. She's gotten her answer and she's returning to the League of Villains. Uraraka notes that she's not hiding to attack us. She ran away. But also, she was crying. Toga had hoped to talk to Uraraka about love and the person they both like. I guess that just can't happen since Uraraka is a devoted hero and she has to stop villains. I get the sense that Toga, maybe all she wanted to be is a normal girl, and maybe her desire was just for the people she liked. I feel kinda sad about this. Toga's desire for blood and people is an offshoot of her quirk, but what if all Toga really wanted was a girlfriend, or a group of girls that she could hang out and talk about normal teenage stuff with, like love and boys and makeup or whatever? And what if all she wanted on the other side was Deku, a boyfriend? Something that she clearly can't have because she just attacks the people she likes. I'm not sympathetic to Toga. I don't think she can become a hero. Let's not forget that she's not only killed people, but she's impersonated people while doing it. I mean, she even, we assume, killed this old lady just to hide from Uraraka and lure her into this trap. So I don't think she has a chance for redemption, really, but it's just another tragic backstory among the villains. What do you guys think about this? Can Toga heal, or in any sense leave her villainous ways and become a normal girl? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys. But before we go, we do know that Gigantomachia is getting bigger, if he wasn't already big enough. And Dabi's looking at this like, this fiending to be a good fight. So, can Shoto and Nejire and maybe even Iida get it done? Can they subdue Shigaraki and hold out against Gigantomachia? Also, why is Dabi smirking like that? Is it finally his time to confront Endeavor? Are we finally getting Touhou Todoroki backstory? Let me know your thoughts and theories down below in the comments. If you like My Hero Academia content and these chapter reviews, consider enrolling at UA today by subscribing. And until next time, hero or villain, plus ultra.